another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place your calling, WB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is the show, my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, it's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WB. And all the things that must happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place your calling, WB. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play around, get where you need to. Look and tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's the show with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in, WB. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place your calling, WB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is the show, my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, it's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WB. And all the things that will happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place your calling, WB. Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place your calling, WB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is the show, my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, it's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WB. And all the things that must happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place your calling, WB. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play around, get where you need to. Look and tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's the show with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in, WB. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place your calling, WB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is the show, my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, it's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place so calling WUB. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place so calling WUB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is a show my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WUB. And all the things that must be happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place so calling WUB. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play around, get where you need to. You can tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's the show with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in, WUB. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place so calling WUB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is a show my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WUB. And all the things that must happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place so calling WUB. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place so calling WUB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is a show my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WUB. And all the things that must happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place so calling WUB. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play around, get where you need to. You can tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's the show with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in, WUB. Yeah. Love, respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WB. And all the things that will feel happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better. We got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We got to keep moving. Na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody got to put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place no calling. WB. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place no calling. WB. Be yourself, see yourself. This is the show, my people. Belize our hope, so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out. It's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah. Love, respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WB. And all the things that will feel happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better. We got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place your calling. WB. Get up. Make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play around. Get where you need to. You can tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's the show with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in. WB. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place no calling. WB. Be yourself, see yourself. This is the show, my people. Belize our hope, so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out. It's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah. Love, respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WB. And all the things that will feel happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better. We got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place no calling. WB. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place no calling. WB. Be yourself, see yourself. This is the show, my people. Belize our hope, so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out. It's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah. Love, respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WB. And all the things that will feel happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better. We got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day.
It's WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. It's the 21st day of November 2025. I'm Nuri Muhammad, and we welcome you to the show this morning. As you know, we go into certain preliminaries, we give you a look at the weather, an update on the weather. Beautiful days we've been having in Belize the last few days. And then we give you an update from our news center. So we go now to Tariq Matthews.
Morning Belize. The latest radar, satellite and surface observation showed that some central areas and the Maya Mountains are currently experiencing foggy conditions. Besides that, no rainfall was observed over the mainland, with a few showers just east of Half Moon Cay. Generally fair weather conditions prevail. The 24-hour forecast: sunny skies with a few cloudy spells today and partly cloudy skies tonight. Showers will be isolated with a high chance of a few more occurring mainly over central areas today and mostly over the south tonight. The maximum temperatures for today will reach 86 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 88 inland and 78 up in the hills. The low temperatures for tonight will be around 76 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 70 inland and 67 up in the hills. The winds from the open sea will be from the east at 5 to 15 knots, producing choppy sea conditions. A high tide will occur this morning at 5 past 11, followed by a low tide this evening at 4 past 4, another high tide tonight at 2 minutes after 10, and another low tide early tomorrow morning at 5:38. The sun rose this morning at 1 minute after 6 and will set this evening at 5:15. The moon will rise this morning at 7:12 and will set this evening at 6:18. In the sargassum forecast, satellite data suggests that a few small sargassum mats continue to linger near the coast of Belize. The forecast suggests that these mats will drift generally southward parallel to the coast during the coming days. However, overall impacts are expected to remain minimal. The outlook for Saturday and Saturday night: skies will be cloudy at times, showers will be generally isolated, with a few more expected over the south Saturday morning, then mainly along the coast late Saturday night. In the tropical weather outlook, the Atlantic Basin continues to be quiet as no tropical cyclone threat is expected over our area during the next couple of days. For a review of our forecast and other products, please visit our website at nms.gov.bz. Our next forecast comes out at 12 p.m. this afternoon. With that, we end this morning's forecast from the Belize National Meteorological Service.
The first private radio in Belize since 1989, Creme FM presents the news. Informative, accurate, current information, local, regional, and international news, weather and sports. And now, the news.
The Caribbean Court of Justice, the CCJ, on Thursday handed down a landmark ruling that sets out the contours of the government's power to regulate a sector of the economy. It also spares the government from paying up to $68 million, which is the figure in damages that four former butane importers sought from the government of Belize. The companies, which are controlled by the Zaragoza brothers in Mexico, but who are also operative in Central America, took the matter to court after the government introduced legislation in 2019 allowing for the establishment of a government-backed butane monopoly, the National Gas Company Limited, NGCL. In September of 2022, the Supreme Court ruled that the company's constitutional rights to property and rights to work had been breached and ordered an award of $10.9 million. The government appealed the decision, and the Court of Appeals found likewise that the company's rights had been breached, but ordered that the damages be reassessed at a lower court because they had not been properly pleaded. The Court of Appeals did uphold the decision of the lower court not to award vindicatory damages. The government appealed to the CCJ while the companies filed a cross appeal regarding their argument about freedom of association and equal treatment. The CCJ found that there were no breaches of constitutional rights, and 10.9 million award was set aside. We hear from one of the attorneys for the government, Senior Counsel Eamon Courtney, followed by the Prime Minister, who announced the good news in the House of Representatives.
Government decided to reorganize the market and to have a central importer taking it into Big Creek, and then the gas companies would buy from there and continue to retail to their clients. They took exception to that and challenged the legislation and claimed that their goodwill, that is the business reputation that they enjoyed, had been compulsorily acquired by the government. Their right to work had been taken away from them. Their right to freedom of association had been taken away from them by the government, and that they had suffered in excess of $65 million in damages. They succeeded at the High Court. The Court of Appeal did not rule completely in their favor, but remitted it to the High Court for a further assessment of damages, to correct the assessment of damages. The government appealed to the CCJ, and the CCJ has today decided that there was no taking away of goodwill, no taking away of their right to work, their freedom of association, and that in fact they are not entitled to any damages because they did not plead or prove it properly. And therefore the government's position has been vindicated. That is to say, the way in which the LPG market is currently organized and the legislation that governs it is constitutionally compliant. Governments regulate many markets, many industries. And the question is, if you are operating in that business, if you're operating in the television space, if you're operating in the LPG space, what right do you have to carry on the business in a way in which you have always carried it on? And if there is a regulatory change, can you say, my business has been affected by the new regulation, and therefore, whatever diminution in profits that you suffer, you are to be compensated by the state? I think this decision provides the clarity in telling government how far it can go in terms of regulating an industry, regulating a type of business without having to compensate those who are negatively affected. So it provides clear guidance on the policy space that the government can exercise, which incidentally was one of the main reasons why the government had decided to appeal this decision.
I just want to give you a little bit of good news. The Court of Appeals of the CCJ, Madam Speaker, just gave a ruling on the Tomza case. Remember when the UDP decided to give a company the an exclusive to bring in butane into Belize? They got a claim that the price was going down, and then got everybody else out of business while these people could have gone to buy it from them. And then when it came to sue, it is our government. And the Supreme Court and the Caribbean and the CCJ, and the Court of Appeals did rule against the government. Actually, they had us, we'd have probably had to pay about $68 million in damages to the gas companies, including Tomza, the gas company, based on the Court of Appeals decision. And I want to publicly thank Eamon Courtney, Senator Courtney, who took up the case, went to the CCJ, and guess what? Senator Courtney win the case. So in effect, he is saving this government, this country, people of Belize, millions of dollars, trying to correct the foolishness that the other side did when they were in government. So I think it's important for me to share that and to congratulate Senator Courtney and his team for winning this very important case.
We note that NGCL has principals from persons close to both major political parties. The President of the Court of Appeals, Madame Justice Minette Hafiz Bertrand, on Thursday denied former State Bank Port Coral developer Michael Finstein leave to appeal a decision of the High Court Justice Rajiv Gunileki. The lower court judge had denied Finstein's application to amend his defense in the fraud claim brought against him by Atlantic Bank. This is in respect to the title of the 23.4-acre extension of the State Bank Island, which is in Finstein's name rather than in the name of State Bank Enterprise Limited, now under receivership. Senior counsel Iman Courtney is representing Atlantic Bank.
You will recall that just before trial, 8 days before trial of the case that has been brought against him by the bank, he applied to amend his defense or to re-amend his defense, and also to introduce a further witness statement from himself and a witness statement from his wife. We opposed it. The trial judge said, listen, you guys have had this case going on for a long time. There have been 3 adjournments. The trial has been adjourned 3 times. This is going to be the 4th time. I'm not going to entertain it. It is far too late. And so the judge struck out the application. They applied for leave. They don't have an appeal as of right. They applied for leave to appeal that decision. Madam Justice Hafiz today said, your application is dismissed. You have no leave to appeal. They, of course, signal that they are going to now ask the court, the full court, to review it. It's all a matter of delay. It's playing tactics, and that became very clear in my respectful submission to the court today.
Courtney stated that in the meantime, the assets are eroding.
Certainly a concern, I believe, to all parties. And I believe it is regrettable that the legal fight is continuing whilst the asset is wasting, whilst the opportunity to develop that island and to have it act as some sort of cruise facility is being delayed, something which everyone recognizes is vital for the development of the tourism sector. So, the lawyers and the clients are fighting, but the reality is that Belize is suffering in one sense.
The Anti-Trafficking in Persons Unit, the ATIPS of the Belize Police Department, formally arrested and charged 4 persons for facilitating child prostitution of a female Belizean minor. The accused are Belizeans Oscar Diaz, Marie Arias, and Ramona Conol, along with a Guatemalan Gloria Rodriguez. They were arraigned in the Independence Magistrate Court and were released on bail at $6,000 and 1 surety. A Salvadorian national wanted for multiple serious offenses has been captured in Belize and transferred to international authorities following a coordinated regional security operation. Law enforcement officials confirm the capture of identified as Julio Y, is known member of the MS-13 gang, was located in Belize through joint investigative effort involving Belizean authorities. Guatemalan immigration and Interpol officers based in Melchor, Dominicus, Petén. Belize, Julio Y is wanted in El Salvador for homicide and for possession, carrying and use of firearms, for which the Salvadorian authorities are seeking to impose sentences of 15.5 and 4 years. This is our news package for this morning. There's more news around 12 o'clock after the morning stew, an update at 3 o'clock, and a full news broadcast at 5:15, all on Creme Radio. Here on XTV, we bring you the entire news broadcast at 6 o'clock this evening. It's a minute after 7 o'clock. We'll take a short break and come back, and we'll open the phone lines. You're free to call in and to engage in the conversation this morning.
Informative, accurate, current information. Krem's newscast. Local, regional, and international news. Weather and sports.
At Atlantic Bank, we stand as more than just a financial institution. We are your partners in progress, dedicated to fostering your success by providing tailored solutions to micro, small, and medium enterprises. Your successes are our triumphs, and every success story deserves to be celebrated. We pledge to stand by you every step of the way. Today, we celebrate the values that define you with your unwavering dedication, steadfast commitment, boundless innovation, resolute work ethic, and unyielding ambition. We will navigate challenges, seize opportunities, and continue building the future together.
Want all the postpaid perks without the commitment? Now you can with Smart Supercharged prepaid plans. All the talk, text, and data you need. No contracts, no hassle. Pay upfront for your package and enjoy total freedom. No commitments, just simple, flexible plans that fit your life. Pick your power, Core, Edge, or Prime. Prepaid plans, ready when you ready. Commit to no commitments and get yours today. Dial 7526 or *100 key, use the Smart app, or visit a Gimme Dollar agent to purchase today. Smart, bringing people together.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
back. This is WUB, Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. It's a Friday morning. And our numbers here, 280-5848, 280-5848. And please, you're welcome to call and weigh in. There's so much political news going on. And it looked like the Budna thing kind of was overtaken by the latest controversies. The world of speculation as to what this mean and what that mean. And dealing with, do we go with what are the stated facts, or do we go with what is assumed to be the reason for actions that we're seeing, particularly with the reshuffling going on in the cabinet. So you could call and to weigh in on any area that you would like to share. 280-5848 is our number here, 280-5848. Yesterday, we congratulated the Bishop of Belize, our brother, Philip Wright. And I said yesterday, and I want to reiterate, that this is a person who, if you know him, he is a down-to-earth, easy to get along with, but very engaging and very a deep thinker, let's put it that way, rather than saying intellectual, which may give the wrong impression. He's a deep thinker and a very concerned person when it comes to the issues of the unestablished, the poor, people who are trying to make a difference. So I want to reiterate, if I didn't get that point across, because I did speak very early in the program, that I have known this brother for many years, even before he became bishop. And he has had a steady, consistent behavior that now, 20-odd years later, he's still that same person. And so I want to congratulate him again for this added responsibility that he has now as being the Archbishop of the West Indies. I don't know what that entails, but if he carries out that duty the same way that he has carried out his tenure here in Belize as the bishop, then he's only spreading what he's been benefited to share with people. 280-5848, please call in and to share your own opinion on today's show. Welcome, caller. Yeah, welcome caller.
Salam alaikum, my brother.
Wa alaikum assalam, sir. Oh man, that's my fault. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust with all this stuff that I have here. Please call back, caller. That was my error in pushing the wrong button and got you disconnected. The number here is 280-5848, and we welcome you. Yes, sir. I hope you came back.
Yeah, I me touch the wrong button here, man.
Oh, I see.
That has something with bother me, brother Nuri, and maybe better just tell you, or stand up for the rostrum and just tell the people. Brother Nuri, politics, now a funny thing.
Yeah.
Politics, now a thing apart, it make you lose confidence, brother Nuri, in the people where they lead you. It make you lose trust in the people where they lead you. Because the people that lead you, brother Nuri, is doing things and saying things right in front of your face and expect you to accept that and be a fool to the things what they say. Like we never gone to school. But anyway, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand right from wrong. The reality is, brother Nuri, is that one politician position is to look out the people, take care of people in terms of their livelihood, take care of the generation in terms of development, Take care of your community in terms of making your community different from what it was, Brother Nuri. And that's the reason why. I notice I don't pick no side because by the end of the day, Brother Nuri, when you bring your report card, that's the way I get grade by. Brother Nuri, the best I ever see any politician I know at their best behavior, show concern and interested in people, that when election go wrong. But then you notice when the election go wrong, these politicians take their time out of their time to make time for people. You tell the brother yesterday, to down south, you are talking about being independent. He has some valid point where he put across yesterday, you know, Brother Nuri.
Yeah.
But like when you explain to him, you don't want to have valid point and not have solution. You understand?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You don't want to go step up to the table and then you're the fine foul too. You put people in a position like the rest then. As much as you have your personal differences about how you feel, you're still supposed to keep it at a humble level. And that was a great teaching until yesterday. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, brother.
But Brother Nuri, the reality is, people have to stand up, I always say, I mean, as I say, I don't meet eye to eye, but when people say something and they say the right thing, you're getting with a Jew. I always say, only people could save the people of the Brother Nuri.
Yeah.
How long we have sit down and they get dictated by people who they lead with. How you could be a politician and so one of the people will vote for you, when you vote will vote for you, they suffer. And then you are waiting till the time come for you come to you tell you they suffer, and you know they suffer because you're still in living condition. Reality, Brother Nuri, you know, politicians have to understand it's not only about going to the party. Because you got a lot of politicians out the Brother Nuri. We love the party more than the people.
Yeah.
Everything come out of their mouth than the party. Then they got to have to stand up and say, for the Belizean people, when the Belizean people, they know the feel of love. They know the feel of weight. We have too much people who like to use the people and talk for the people. Like they into the people and got the people in back. And by the end of the day, the reality is the people they never did see their appearance. The people they never did feel love one day. We have politicians with a group of people. All right, I know in my community I only need 4,000. I want to take care of 4,000 when I did at 8,000. Then they had reality over the face every day, and then politicians don't know. They don't know when the way how people depending family quarrel each other for party, you know, Brother Nuri. Brother and sister attack. Mother put all this one because I want to vote for this one. Then they the reality and they go. There needs to be a nice place, one sweet place, one loving place. If the brothers they only come together in a unity and make believe what it is, what it was, and the way it's supposed to be. The only 400,000 people. Everybody could come to this country and benefit from this country, and we, the Belizeans, we ban and go here. Don't have access even to land. Every day you go on the road, you see one pile of land. Land can't done. You need people anything. But no, the boogie man come and grab all they could grab. And now the boogie man they tell you how you could live in your own country. How much more the people they have to suffer. Because people suffer out of Brother Nuri, but people still got pride. So they don't know. That's why everybody run to the media when they're in our position, with their health, We don't supposed to go cross border and stress out for ourselves. You know how you feel, brand new if you go deal with your medical health. And when you reach it, they tell you some figures where you never see in your life yet. Figures will cost more than your hugs you even got. Huh? Figures will cost more money. Brother Nuri, the reality is, people like me, you, and other people, they out at the top. Are we the best fact that we just make a difference? It's not hard to do. They may bring out the outer so. I don't can't say they can't say they don't hustle because they make it obvious, brother. You could see it. They can't say they don't got love because they make it obvious. You could see it. But we are blind to that. You much we got our eye open and still can't see. You much we got our ears, they hear and still can't hear. We listen to the wrong things and watch the wrong things. The people have to learn to stand up to themselves. That's the only way you're going to make a difference. Hold your leader for your community, your politician, accountable for your action. If you don't do the move, that's how it works. Because there will be a strong challenge to bring a new party. Go a new party, go enough. But nobody know or believe in our block party. Nobody know or believe in our party without got nothing for alpha. Because listen to me, the people ain't don't spile already. They're spiling. The people ain't got one intention. Want to bring our money to the table, and we could sit down. But if we don't bring something to the table, man, better we stick to what we got. And then we have a set of opposition where useless, no confidence, you could put in the name. No faith, no belief. Then we have the leaders who have power. What is it? Man, I don't know what word to find to tell them and deal with the masses. It's rough, brother Nuri. We live in our beautiful country. Beautiful country, great people, nice weather. The reality is, you mean to tell me 400,000 people you can't look over, you can't take care of her, everything we have to call and watch. When it happen, and brother Nuri know when it happen when it get out of hand, and you know this, but you are never say, but you are know I say, the underworld is taking over. And you know what happened in the underworld for the dark side, brother Nuri? Corruption. Corruption, you know what happened now? They don't respect each other. Then enter a politician. Remind me like a police. You could meet one police or a man with a uniform, with straight. And the day you get in a uniform, it change. Which is their responsibility to respect authority. But the thing is, brother, and you rather say my point before I leave. We live in our country where they get taken to call no money for years. We have a leader where they don't know if you want to tell the truth, if you want to tell the lie. We have our opposition we don't know where they're going. And the people they want, they just great leadership, you know. So no, make I give credit for credit you, brother, anyway. You notice that our leaders, they name the cow. You know this, brother, anyway, under Islam. If you're dealing with corruption, if you're dealing with evilness, you can't hide that. That will come out one day. You can't hide that. The Prime Minister make one shuffle, I never got one choice. Then big businessman they get target in the underworld. You know what? Because the mafia's in there, the cartel in there, they put their hand to make the party nice. With the drink up, with the eat up for the last supper. But the reality is, the cartel want back his too. And he want benefit too. And the bonus, because that was the agreement. Then you are come and they tell me that, oh, such thing don't exist. So why man dodge bullet? Why you upgrade the security then in reality? You can't hide from reality. Brother Nuri, you have a nice day. Because if you left to me,
Yeah.
you don't say nothing.
No. Why I want to disturb you when you're dip on point, my brother? So the only thing
Because
I
you
would
know,
say,
Brother Nuri, you know I was taught these things.
Yeah.
And these things are from 20, 30 years ago. We were taught these things. A good leader is a leader who look out for people, sacrifice for people, and make sure that the bank book get on a level where it could just maintain the family. You get what I'm saying?
I hear you.
But when you greedy up, and it greedy up, and it greedy up, and you pass away, your generation enjoy the lavish life. Till they can't get control themselves because by the end of the day, they don't know where our hard work come from. Big up yourself, brother Nuri.
My brother, thank you for the call this morning. Yeah. What can you say to a call like that? I mean, Brick. You still there, brother?
Enjoy the lavish life.
All right, good. Yeah. I don't need to add to what Brick is saying because he's expressing an opinion with passion. You know, we've been saying a long time that something wrong with our governance process because we continue to go around the same circle. This could have been a call criticizing the UDP because that was the kind of situation going on during the time of the UDP, and the PUP was in opposition. And watching the kind of debacle taking place and the craziness going on and the corruption going on, even a deputy prime minister had to resign in that previous administration. That's how high the corruption got, to the prime minister saying it is a stench of corruption inside the lands department, or natural resources as they call it. This is a deputy prime minister, a man that is loved by his constituency in Orange Walk. Everybody loved that man. But in power, these are the things that started to come out. Now, the same thing could be said to Mr. Mai. He's loved in his constituency. He's a person who looks out for his people. Cane farmers loved him. You saw during the time a few years ago when there was this confrontation at Tower Hill, how he came out among his people, showing that kind of connection. So there's not a question about his integrity when it comes to dealing with his constituency. But when you open that cookie jar and those millions and millions and millions of dollars are around you, you're going to be under the scrutiny, not only in Belize, but you're going to be under the scrutiny of outsiders, the Americans being one of them. But it's not only Americans. You've got the British looking at us. You've got other areas of securities looking at us. Don't you think that external intelligence agencies are not also scrutinizing and watching our people? And as I heard one journalist say, they're not worried about your moral issues. They're only concerned about your handling yourself when it comes to their vested interests. The United States, for example, in terms of drugs, the Americans are concerned with any kind of elements of radicalism inside of your community. Americans are concerned about trade and wanting to see what you want to do about those vital products that they are interested in inside your society. But they're not worried about whether you're there with prostitute, or whether you got sexual issues here, whether you got personal addiction issues, or whatever is your personal issue. They're not concerned about that. So you don't see the Americans going to say, oh, you got this woman, and you got a woman over there, you got one Lee boy over here. They're not into that. That's not their concern, and believe me, they know. Because they have all of the internet running through that they are able to observe. So they know where they go on with all of them politicians. But they're not interested in moral issues. They only are interested in reacting when you begin to interfere with their vested interests. For example, the drug movement from the south going to the north. And let me tell you too, that is fading out more and more. Cocaine is important to the drug trade, but fentanyl has been found to be even more lucrative. And the problems that the United States are having with their young people is not marijuana. It's not even cocaine, even though those are stable drug of choice in the United States. The statistics are saying that it's fentanyl. And fentanyl, they come from Venezuela, they come from Colombia. Welcome, caller.
Brother Nuri, good morning, Torres. Sorry about yesterday, I ran out of credit.
I see, Mr. Torres. Mr. Torres, could you do me a favor?
Yes, my friend.
I want to hear from you, but I'm right here at the time check. So call me back, all right?
Thanks.
All right, good. We break now for 2 Cent Scam with Brick City. You just heard him calling earlier. And that is brought to us by Fort Point Security.
Alright, so don't know you're watching WB and this is XTV and a Big Up Friday. I'm going to get the people and big up on this Friday.
I big up the Jenkins family, yo. Everybody from Martins, you know where we call from. Yeah. Big up.
Man, I have to big up all the Amadi members, all the hard workers in Belize, everybody who try, survive, and try to do it positively, man. And big up on yourself too, bro.
Alright.
My brother, I want to big up you, my brother. Just like the Balway pass right there, Brick City run the city, my brother. We listen to you all the time, alright? I put on the radio right now.
The whole mahogany, fruit blenders and Lake High School, and big up everybody, and big up myself, big up China, big up Isles, big up the whole mahogany, big up Otto.
Alright. Alright. But you have to give me a name?
Johnny B.
Alright. Big up, right?
Top of the morning to everybody, and a big up Big City as well, and the Quem crew and the whole staff and the management and everybody. And
yeah, you're big up.
Yes, and also.
But right now, huh? We go for the boy now, boy workers.
Where are big up?
Big up me by Floyd, where I turn police now.
Tired of replacing light bulbs? LEDs are what you need. LEDs last up to 30,000 hours. That's 30 times longer than incandescent bulbs, and up to 8 times longer than compact fluorescents. So less changing and less trash. Planet Earth thanks you. And the LED experts at Brothers Habet and Habet will help you find the best LED solution with colors for every room and mood, starting as low as $6.95. You can even get LED strips for home, office, and industrial use. So say goodbye to fluorescent tubes forever. And because they use up to 90% less energy, you save money. Money you can spend on other things. So head to Brothers Habet or Habet and Habet today. You can also call, email, or Facebook us. Have a brilliant day.
At Atlantic Bank, we stand as more than just a financial institution. We are your partners in progress, dedicated to fostering your success by providing tailored solutions to micro, small, and medium enterprises. Your successes are our triumphs, and every success story deserves to be celebrated. We pledge to stand by you every step of the way. Today, we celebrate the values that define you with your unwavering dedication, steadfast commitment, boundless innovation, resolute work ethic, and unyielding ambition. We will navigate challenges, seize opportunities, and continue building the future together.
Want all the postpaid perks without the commitment? Now you can with Smart Supercharged prepaid plans. All the talk, text, and data you need. No contracts, no hassle. Pay upfront for your package and enjoy total freedom. No commitments. Just simple, flexible plans that fit your life. Pick your power, Core, Edge, or Prime. Prepaid plans, ready when you ready. Commit to no commitments and get yours today. Dial 7526 or star 100 pound key, use the Smart app, or visit a Gimme Dollar agent to purchase today. Smart, bringing people together.
Infrastructure that impacts lives, provides opportunities, and enables the growth of communities and country. That has been the constant mission of the MIDH. The upgrading of the Guinea Grass Road has forged a vital link between the vibrant and productive communities of Shipyard, Guinea Grass, and the rest of Belize, which allows the smooth movement of goods and services. The transformation provided by meaningful infrastructure is very real.
We had really been struggling to transport these hoses on these roads, right? Since we have all the holes in the roads and stuff like that. We do not have that issue anymore, right? So now when we are delivering our hose, it comes to its location in a 100% complete product, right?
Before this highway came into place, this Tower Hill to Guinea Grass highway, there was a lot of bad things going on in terms of the road. It was bad. Potholes when it used to rain. People used to take a long time to come out and come into the village. And even teachers who are teaching here who have to commute find it very difficult to do their traveling every day.
Una gran diferencia, gran diferencia. En el tiempo que estaba la carretera, que no estaba pavimentada, era demasiado polvo, demasiado. Y era más despacio. Andabas como más lento porque pues no podías ir rápido. Pero ahorita es un gran beneficio, la mera verdad es. Yo creo que es lo mejor que el gobierno ha hecho. Yo estoy muy feliz, muy alegre con ello.
Well, now with this highway, now we have a lot of people, traversing the village. And our people in our village who have a small business like fast food, they're benefiting from that, no? Because people stop there in the morning, have their breakfast, and they go and continue their business.
Have business been increasing? Definitely. Yeah, we have realized when it comes to our customers, right? So we do not have the problems anymore that customer would say if they would call in, okay, where are you located, right? And I would say, we're located entrance of Shipyard. And then they would say, okay, we have to travel the bad road or whatever. So that's not a question anymore.
In the past, I believe these students used to struggle, meaning going on the bus or traveling on pickup, and it took long, they reached late to their classes. But right now, the transportation is accessible and the highway is accessible. So from Guinea Grass to their destination, to Orange Rock, to the high schools in Orange Rock, it takes less time. Right now, I believe teachers, people smile because it only takes minutes to reach from Guinea Grass to Tower Hill.
When Shell V-Power flows through your engine, confidence flows through you. Choose the fuel that 100% cleans critical engine parts and keeps your engine performing like new.
WUB, Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. Our numbers here, 280-5848. Our lines are open, and it's an open conversation this morning. We have no guests, and so you're welcome to call and to weigh in if you have any points that you would like to make. Brick's call just now is alarming because, you know, he's hitting an underlying problem that we have and have had since our independence. Welcome, caller.
Yes, brother Nuri.
Right.
I'm listening to City Brick. Brick City. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I always listen to that guy. He's
a smart guy.
He's very factual.
Yeah. I think, you know, when I met him many years ago, because we worked some time ago together, I told him then, he was a young man, that boy, if you could only get into the right circumstance, you would be an excellent attorney. Not only is he courageous in his spirit, but he's articulate. I think he gone to university, but he speaks articulate at a street level. Very bright man, very bright. And an entrepreneur too, also. Anyway, what's your point?
Yeah. Well, through this thing with corruption now, I do wonder if we only use the finger and not use with tongue. I do wonder. We like blame, point, and we don't know who we. We never discover or disclose who we. Listen, when it comes to the thing with the corruption, the one thing where they use illegal activity or you do things not in accordance and so. Listen, that we have to change, you know. That we have to change. If I come to you and I say I need this done in accordance to law, and you to tell me I have to come up with something and talk to me. I easy for understand. All right? You know, I ask you what you ask for. So much good, I will take you the way I got for do, and I will report it and carry it to high grounds. That are the only way. But again, we have to change because we not change from the beginning of the leaves prior to 81. I could recall. I 74. I'm not 24. 74. I have experience. I can't prove anything. But I say different smells pass around my nose. I see it on my eyes, but I can't prove. Listen, Brother Nuri, this is Ernesto Torres. We have to change this now inside the system, the way we do things.
Yeah, but,
all right?
Yeah.
That's all I feel like we should do.
But we got one funny situation. I started to disrupt you just now. You're making some important point that just so we could kind of make it one conversation. I hear what you're saying. And I think a lot of people out there agree with you that we as the citizens have to change.
Yeah.
But you know, I've been going through this cycle for a long time, watching this one come in, that one. Each time the new group come in, they come in with a sense of hope. As a matter of fact, sometimes they are voted in at such numbers, one gets the sense that people are saying, finally we get rid of that group there, and we got our next group here, and finally we're going. And you were in that mix too, you know, and it was obvious that we don't believe in no independent, so you never get voted in. You never get no high vote because we don't believe in a block from them two parties. But these two parties, look, let me step back a little bit and say,
go ahead.
We're not dealing with crooked politicians who just come from some place and just become one government and we innocently there to watch them. No, that's not the reality. We are the enabling environment for producing corrupt politicians. Because you could see corruption and dishonesty at lower levels, and you realize the only difference between them, one where they hustle me at this lower level, is that when they get up to a much higher level, And it become even more lucrative. That same corruptive nature that they did not get rid of when they went into public office start to become one issue likewise. Temptation, that one very hard thing, Mr. Torres. You know, easy to be faced with opportunities, and you know, you are above everybody else in the society because you got access, you inside. And it's a very difficult thing. No, I mean, I'm not saying, and it's not my point, that every single politician is crooked or every single CEO is crooked. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that if you have a tendency to be, then this kind of environment where we got, And by the way, it is a similar situation throughout this region. Some people want to say, oh, that one human thing everywhere you go, you find this corporate. I don't want to deal with that philosophy. I want to deal with the reality of what we have been dealing with, evolving out of our colonial space, using the Westminster system within the Caribbean region. I don't even want to deal with Central America and the republics and for their issue. I'm talking about us. We like tell ourselves, oh, we come out of this British up straight integrity, you know, we're upright, you know, we put on the wig, act like the white man from England, and we are supposed to be the upright. But then, obviously, we didn't realize that could be played with, and we have played with it. We have gotten into position where we pretend that we're all right outside, but behind with the hustle. And that lucrative hustle is a problem that we have not been able to overcome by changing a government from the blue to the red or the red to the blue. And I say again that when you look, and I'm studying Grenada very closely now, because for two reasons. One is Grenada went through a metamorphosis that a lot of the rest of the Caribbean did not go through. And that is they were able to get a government through revolution, but they were able to get a government called the New Jewel Movement, which supposedly came in after hearing the same kind of sentiment from people about Eric Gary, who was the former corrupt prime minister, who ran his cabinet and his country as though he owned Grenada. And Maurice Bishop, and even before him, his father and others were fighting against Gary and finally got rid of Gary, and they got a government that, when you read the report and read the history, there's a great book by Godfrey Smith. I've been trying to ask him to come and let us discuss that Grenada. But I'm saying, I don't want to lose my point, that the New Jewel Movement was able to set up a government that, when you observe it, for that first couple of years of that government, they were responding to the same kind of needs of the ordinary poor people. But there was another element there, and I'm not going to pursue that element, but there was the element of the ego. And you need to understand that within the context of our colonial past, with our unsatisfied ego, our narcissistic behavior a lot of us have, and this idea that only me right and only my way could do it. And that is the basis of the conflict between these two friends, Maurice Bishop and Bernard Cord. It is worth reading that. Yeah, it's worth reading it because we had a similar circumstance here with the UBAD movement. If the UBAD movement had moved in a different way, it could have been our form of the New Jewel movement in Belize. But the New Jewel movement received the attention of the Americans because the Americans were not concerned that, oh, we need to try to solve the problem of your poor and you to try introduce new strategies of governance. They were not interested in that. They want to know how close you're to get to Cuba and by extension Russia. And they started to impose on that small, fragile government experiment in Grenada to the point where it imploded. The whole dream imploded. Working with, I would think, COINTELPRO and some of these other agencies that infiltrate you and find out where your weak spots are in order to destroy you. And so when you read what happened there, you could see some of that same kind of intrigue. I'm saying all of that, Mr. Torres. I'm sorry to dominate the conversation, but I'm saying we have been trying to find the right fit. And it is not that the government's... Yeah. All right, go ahead. Yeah, make I listen to you then.
We go into transition, transformation, in this thing that we administrate party-based with lack of ability, expertise, capacity. This is what affecting us with too much party in jail. Yes, that's the way I sense it. That's the way I sense it. Because when you vote either of them, which I not hate none of them, they are my true brothers and sisters. I love them and I wish they could do good for the state. But let me tell you, they go in there, and if you get against them, you will perish all the 5 years in office and 10 years. And the other one go and they hand over the same punishment to those who oppose them. What belief needs is sincerity, my friend. Sincerity. When you go into office, you work for the common good of the state, so that the people themselves, that's why I will say it again, I will run out of credit anytime, but maybe on these few words I cannot forget telling and keep repeating. I am sorry the day they open the gates for these other peoples come to the state of belief and take over for we land, take over for we business. Now they open shop again and get the people that are accustomed at 6 o'clock in the morning, then leave shop don't open and people go buy them 2 egg and then leave this because they not got a fridge. No, that done. They open as for they don't reach. Then they know those shop then do this thing when they call cafe. And then give them license to operate where already the neighborhood, when it comes to road space, saturated. So would they punish more? Nobody they look after people. Could it be that they look after money and pocket? I don't know. But not people.
Yeah.
Not people. Anyway, I believe we have to go to break again, Brother Nuri. Thanks very much.
All right, good.
Weekend. Have a good one.
Thank you, Mr. Torres. I am not one that believe that any one of our governments that we have had since independence is corrupt from top to bottom. That every single one of them man was sitting in a cabinet or a woman, they corrupt. They got evil tendencies. No, I don't believe that. I believe that we have elements that are within the cabinet and other areas because we keep thinking it's only politicians that are corrupt. We have elements of corruption that is within the government process that make the leadership, who is not addressing it fast enough, to look as though everything is corrupt. Welcome, caller.
Hello, good morning, brother.
Yeah, welcome, my brother.
Yes, my brother. First of all, Miss Tanja Powie. How is she? How is Miss Tanja Powie?
Well,
I don't hear anything, my brother.
Yeah, where she goes into a sabbatical every so often. This has been a long time. We all wish that she was back, but we wish her well. I can't give you. I can't give you an update on that. Maybe when Monday you could call Mose. Maybe he has been in contact with her. I can just pray that she is well. She's an icon. She is a jewel. And she chooses to call when she wants to. Every so often, she is on like a sabbatical. But when she comes back, when he come back, he can come back strong.
They bring a wealth of knowledge.
Oh, yeah.
Wealth of knowledge, Brother Nuri.
But you know something, make I take this opportunity to say that You know, there is and I don't want nobody misunderstand this, but sometimes I get graphic like this. Jesus God was saying about throwing pearls to swine, which is interpreted to mean that when you have value in what you're saying, your words are valuable, you must choose the right fertile ground to throw those seeds so that they can grow. Because if you throw it on barren ground, if you throw it among the stones, if you throw it among the weeds, you will not get the production. But if you could put it in fertile ground. So I say that when you have brilliant minds like Miss Koi, those who are in a fertile, ready to understand, can appreciate what she shares here in the mornings and can do something about it. Especially young critical thinkers, she opens the mind by bringing in history and bringing in analysis of certain areas. God bless her for that. But do you know how many people just listen to Miss Koi and just go straight over their head? Or they say, well, that lady again. So we have a lot of the reasons why we want to stay how we stay. And that is part of the problem too, that a politician, if he's slick, can see, oh, you don't really want you, you just want to peel off. There's a great book written by Dylan Vernon called Clientelism, which speaks and uses Belize and the Caribbean and other Caribbean states to look at this thing about clientelism. What is clientelism? That is that you promise the people who give you support that when you get in one position, you will handle them. So if they're not 5 cents, 1 cent, 2 cents type of people, you are getting in 1 cent, then 2 cents, 3 cents. But if you got people whether $5, $10, and $20, you have to handle them too. And in the type of campaign mode where we got today, where you got the need for one person who is a millionaire to maybe invest with the reminder that when you get there, remember, you owe me. When you got that kind of environment, then people become your clients. And you have to look out for them. And so when you go to St. Lucia, St. Vincent, when you go to Grenada, when you look to these other Caribbean countries, including Belize, you see that clientelism is a fixture in our political process. And so they hold their nose as long as they get what they want. They don't say, oh, no, give me that. That's wrong, man. We're not into that. No, because collectively, we don't have that kind of integrity. We internally are hustlers and we're going to get for we want, and we could go to the lands department and say, boy, get this thing for me now, because so jump me in front of the line so that I could get mine, and then people have to wait. That's corruption. Because the reason why you have a structured way in trying to do things is so that we can be fair to everybody. But if you could jump in there, peel off one little bit of money and jump on the head of the line because you got access, that's clientelism. And that permeates our social structures here in the Caribbean. And so if we don't look for ourselves when we cuss them politician, or if we cuss this one here, but we don't want to cuss this one here as though, well, you know, he not do me nothing, I don't want to expose him. But I want to expose that one there because I vex with that one because I try to get something from here and he skin up himself like, you know, I give it. That is a society that will continue to produce this kind of dysfunctionality that we have. Now, does that mean that we need to become a priest-like people? Everybody pure? Nobody make mistake? Nobody lie? Nobody cheat? Or we are all angels? It's not real. That is not real. It's a matter of dealing with the ups and downs of the human being. Human beings have angels running through them, and they got devils running through them. If our instincts are strong, we could stay with the angelic impulses. But if we're not strong, we will deal with these devilish impulses, which is real. It runs through me. I have to keep myself in order to understand. And it's in you too. So don't walk around as though them politicians with the teeth and then minister with the teeth, this are like one unusual species. They're not the same we. It's just they're in elevated places. And I am not saying, as I said in the first part of the show, that every single politician corrupt, because I don't believe that. I have interacted with so many of them, they are genuine. And sometimes they realize where their colleagues are off. But because of this collective responsibility that they have, you know, they don't say nothing. They can't say nothing. They have to go along. So, you know, yeah, go ahead, man.
Not be cut the grass.
No cutting,
Anyway,
no cutting.
Mr. Jackaway, well,
Yeah,
not be cut the grass.
yeah.
If you are my brother, and I see you to do wrong, and I let you to do wrong, I not tell you, boy, brother Nuri, you do wrong, man, and I not try to talk to you and tell you, man, you have to go a straight path, you know, you go the wrong path, and I stay with you as one brother, and accept for you to do knowing you do wrong. I encourage you. You know I that just like you. Yeah. So if I, the in the house are represented right now, this government, I know my brothers and they do wrong. I want to tell them about it. And if they not do better, I come out.
Oh, you would I resign? Boy, I've never seen that.
Do that. The first thing, mistake, where I always hear politicians say as they get no power. You know the first thing I say, Nuri? That we turn now. That we turn now. That's not the people there, no? That's not the people that turn. That we turn.
Yeah.
That's the wrong concept. That's a wrong concept. All of them do it. Every one of them, that we turn now, but that we people we are handle.
Yeah.
So we have all the people. And that's where the problem come in. You see? Yeah. None of them really go in there to believe for the country. Then go in there for them and a family that we turn
but another day.
Make we be fair.
Yeah.
From since independence to now, how much grants do you think Belize have received overall? And what's the condition of our people? I always say, look for our people. I mean, I talked to our brother yesterday. Look for we people all over the country as to the condition where they live in. Yes, so the bill has a house, 1 or 2 houses now, or 1 bedroom for 5, 6 persons. You know I build that for your son or your daughter as a politician. You know how to do it. But you do it to others. But you know how to do it to yourself. You see, and this is the way we operate. We don't know good to get no lot of good thing. You know, just take that.
Yeah.
And take that and satisfy. You never got no roof over on your head anyway, and if you make a roof, it leak up and bad guy. So take that 1 bedroom. You are your 6 picnic as single mother of 5. Yes. That's how we make the picnic as politicians that then go out there and do it. But they are human beings. Remember that.
Yeah.
So remember that in life.
But think about this, brother. Using that same analogy about clientelism, it's not just the politician that says it's our turn now. It's them people out there say, look here, I never vote for that party there, you know, you're my party. I held back my vote, so make sure when you get in there you handle me. So if a politician is in that kind of environment where he owe allegiance, financial support for the people who get in, that's what they mean by my turn now. Not just meaning my turn individually, that for we turn now, my constituency where say they know I vote for that guy there and they hold on to me, so when I get in, I got more responsibility to answer there. Because they want to meet me on the street and say, you know, tell me that women get so and so and so. So what are they going now? So if you have 1,000 people in your constituency and all of them want at least $500 a week, and I might be kind of, you know, giving you less than that 1,000 might want much more, then that politician, when you calculate how much for his bill is, he have to come up with that money. And so if he can't pay it out of his salary, which he won't, then he will try to find other ways to do it. Oh, one contract come in here, or buy, I want to make sure you get part of that. You think you could add, so 2 or 3 will get covered there. And that is the way they consider we have to do it that way. And some of them say, I don't take the money for myself at all. But I must manage this money to make sure I take care of the people who get me in at our office. And so we got a level there that perhaps will not change until we go through a generational educational process to bring up our level. And then when we look at America, who is much older than us, we have to wonder whether or not this thing is so intrinsically human that we are only going to be adjusting the level of our dysfunctionality to get up to where the Americans are. And then we see this craziness where Trump did do cross there. They're supposed to be smarter than we, older than we, richer than we. But look at the dysfunctionality going on in that administration. Anyway, my brother, thank you.
Yeah, brother Nuri, we'll continue this conversation next time.
Inshallah. Thank you. Take care. All right, we take our next break now.
It's an massive season with massive deals and rewards at Penny's. From now through December 31st, earn double B-Bucks on store-wide purchasing every Saturday. That's right, 2 times the B-Bucks, which means 2 times the cash back when shopping at Penny's. Plus, get even more rewards with B-Bucks Builders on home goods, tiles, appliances, paints, and lights. And don't forget, there's also massive deals and discounts on tiles and the best brands in paints like Benjamin Moore and BH. Rewards, deals, B-Bucks. You can get it all this massive season only at Penny's. Quality and savings.
Enhanced service and faster sickness benefit claim processing are at your fingertips with SSB's healthcare feature, accessible via the My Social Security self-service portal. Your convenience during illness is key. Now your doctor can certify your period of illness, and your employer can confirm your employment details digitally, eliminating the need to visit our office. But wait, it gets better. You can also review the medical certificate provided by your doctor in your My Social Security account, along with real-time processing updates, keeping you informed. To ensure a smooth process, always review your electronic medical certificate before you hit submit. Upon submission, your employer is notified via email of your claim submitted to SSB and must respond within 48 hours for your claim to be automatically processed. For more information, check out our guides on our website and YouTube pages. Social Security at your fingertips.
Sea una persona ocupada o atrapado en el tráfico, o que tenga una circunstancia adversa o muy exigente, la tensión se acumula y lo estresa. El estrés ataca a todos en cualquier momento, a cualquier edad. El estrés es un asesino. Es mejor estar vivo que muerto, así que visite la farmacia de Freetown para obtener opciones.
Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué puedo hacer para usted hoy?
Estoy bien estresado.
Ok, tengo una pastilla que te va a ayudar, ¿ok? Que toma una de eso al día para 10 días y va a estar bien después, ¿ok?
Ok. Farmacia Freetown, carretera 28 Freetown, donde estás mejor vivo que muerto. Farmacia Freetown, teléfono 22 32 87 6.
We continue to celebrate diversity and embrace our vibrant cultural heritage. Happy Garifuna Settlement Day from BEL. Gundala Hafedo Garina Guhamaye Belize Electricity Limited.
When Shell V power flows through your engine, confidence flows through you. Choose the fuel that 100% cleans critical engine parts and keeps your engine performing like new.
This is WUB, Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. It's a Friday morning. A long weekend in front, no, not a long weekend, but the weekend is in front of us. We had a midweek, what you call it, holiday, observance. And you know, it's always interesting when you have those midweek and people say, well, why you never make it be Friday, or why you never make it be Monday? And it's simply understood that, look, you can't make the 4th of July the 5th or the 6th of July. You can't make the 10th of September the 15th or something else of September. So you can't take the 19th and make it the 16th or make it the 20th. You got to keep it at the 19th because it commemorates a particular historical occasion of which TV Ramos convinced the nation. Because believe me, at first, it was only in so-called Stan Creek. And then it was later changed, the wisdom of the government of the day, so that we cannot leave this isolated for Orange Walk have one holiday and Dangriga have one holiday and then Belize City have one holiday. That's not national unity. For all these sectors of population and recognition of contribution is all Belizean. So everybody has to celebrate these holidays. So we've gone through one. Anyway, I want to thank Brother Young, who just sent me a notification here for UN Web TV. And if you go on to the web, pick it up. It's important, particularly because Guatemala's presentation in the ICJ is next week, the 24th. Next week, on the 24th, is Guatemala's presentation to the ICJ on the issue that is, or referendum that is at the ICJ. Yes, welcome, caller.
Yes, good morning, Belize. Good morning, Brother Nuri.
Yes, man. Good to see you, my brother. Good to hear you.
Yeah, Brother Nuri, like, I make a promise to myself, like, between now and December 9th, every day I will read something about corruption, because, as you know, December 9th, the International Anti-Corruption Day. So I just want to, like, you know, I want to encourage Belizeans to bring up something where they see is corrupt. So, and leading up into December 9th, that we could, like, highlight corruption, because, you know, I mean, it is evidence that when we have corrupt governments, we have corrupt people inside the government, like, all of us suffer. You know, I mean, it's just, like, so wrong. So today I want to highlight that, you know, over the weekend, right? Another weekend for the 19th, big 19th celebration. I mean, it was humongous, and like I always congratulate the Garifuna people, the Garifuna culture, and the Belizean people for getting together on this time of the day. Because when you look at the statistics, the Garifuna make up 4% of the population. The last statistics I see, and through the biggest party, the biggest get together, they're bringing the most people together than any other group or holidays, I would say, in my opinion, no?
Yes.
And, you know, we need to study that, and we need to give respect rights due to that, and, you know, that's a wonderful thing. And I see even the Belize City politicians, the two leaders of the political parties, gone down to Dangriga, and participate in the celebrations, you know, which is really great. But at the same time, you know, they continue to violate our constitutional rights here in the South. Because, you know, I mean, in the South, we only have 4 seats in the House because they refuse to do redistricting. You know, like the UDP is going into, they're going to have the, I guess, election or endorsement for the party leader who I believe come from one of the smallest divisions in the country, I believe. The history of all the leaders in this country, except for my Prime Minister up there, Daniel Briceño, come from the smallest divisions in the country. So there is no equality. That's, to me, that's an outright corruption. When the leaders of this country come from the smallest divisions. And, you know, going into this convention this next weekend for the UDP, I want to call on the people of the South, Cayo, Stand Creek, Toledo, who not have enough representation in the house. And why is it? I can't understand. I can't understand why the Belize City people go endorse the small divisions, because they're the benefits. But I can't understand why anybody, whether PUP or UDP, from Cayo, Stand Creek, and Toledo would even participate in that process to endorse corruption. That's how I see it. You know, I have never heard, like, you know, the UDP leaders championing, let's have redistricting, let's have redistricting. When it gets close, they are try, like, you know, say a word or two. But this is the time for it. We can't wait till 30 days before the election. You know, and while I depend this thing about the 30 days, the reason I'm a Ghana believes that for judge, because, you know, that sometimes you do things and then, like, people don't get it. Why I'm a Ghana run up for judge to show the rest of the country how small Fort George is compared to Toledo East, Stand Creek West, or Dangriga, or Toledo West. You know, and unfortunately, majority of the people who I talk to never get it why I got up the Ghana run. But I have to try and highlight the very thing we talk about right now. We need redistricting, and we need to have it before the next election. You know what I mean? When the PUP win in 2020, they say definitely before 2025, we'll get this re-election. When we're there at 2025, we don't have no redistricting yet. And you could see where the people in the south, we just quiet, man. We just stay and we take it. I mean, up north, this would never happen if Corozal only had 2 divisions, or if Rock only have 2 divisions. It would never happen because the people up north, they are warriors, they are fighters. We talk about, you know, yes, we, the Garifuna is down here, we fight our way out as, fight back to the Europeans when they come. We were never enslaved and all that thing. This is the time make we fight, my brother. This is the time make we fight the system that has oppressed us. You never hear, at one time we had over 200 banana farmers, you know. You never hear our banana farm protest. You never hear our rice farm protest when PG Toledo used to produce the most rice in the country, I believe. Right? They just like smother us till we get out of the business. And now, we used to produce 25 years ago 15 million pounds of rice coming out of the Toledo district alone. Now not even 1 million come out last year. This is crazy. But because we in the south, we allow this, we have bright minds, bright people. You know, I don't blame the guy who the Kalikili $50 to go vote or rent Christmas time in Kalikili ham. I don't blame him. I blame all the intellectuals between Boone and Sarsoon who sit there, watch it, know it, and not say nothing. That's why I have so much respect for Jerry Enriquez, man, that PG man, that you know.
I know.
You know. PG man, that
lot of great things come out of PG, my brother. You know that.
Yes, man. That's why I can't understand why we, the masses, just stay and great leaders come out of the south. You know,
yeah, but I mean, we, you know,
the 19th because you know, TV Ramos stood up and braced them and make them know we need to recognize the race, the culture, and we need to celebrate it.
Yeah, but you know, we have developed a culture and we have accepted the culture. And, you know, whenever we do blame, and I don't think we should stop blaming politicians, but we really have to keep looking at why do we have this kind of product? Why do we keep getting this type of personality in high places? And it comes because we enable that kind of thinking. Our politicians not drop from space. Our politicians start from down here. And maintaining your integrity when you're in places where it's lucrative and all kind of opportunities are there. If you could use the opportunity to empower people, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you are using it, you know, you get 10, you say 2 for you, 8 for me, 10, 2 for you, 8 for me. And then when you leave, you come in as just like one average amount of money in your bank account. But when you leave, you have this enormous amount of money. And if you know in your account, it's in all the different ways in which you are able to accumulate this money. That kind of level of corruption there has to be exposed. And it has to be rooted out. Because we have made sure that we are able to pay these politicians where they no need for hustle on a personal level. So when they get into corruption, I don't care who. I don't name no name and I don't talk no ministry, but you know what to do. I don't think that because the public don't know, that we don't know. So this issue of honesty and integrity is a game that people play to keep us believing that, well, you know, boy, I know some are way bad, but that don't mean, you know, that I want to cross there. And we're playing games with ourselves. Then I also thought what you were saying too, Brother Will, is that you're going to use these days to expose corruption that is not only coming from political corruption, man. Corruption has a more generic term than politicians. It don't mean corruption politician. It means corruption thievery, lack of integrity, skullduggery, all kind of games where you play upon the street level and all. So that level of dishonesty is not only just thief bigger, but one small thief and one big thief, that thief. And so we have to be able to try to root it out and not say, well, buy this, but you know, he mean a government, but he in the hustle, and you know, that is what eventually reaches up to a higher level where that person there will start to thief at a higher level. So I'm just saying, man, since maybe I get old and they see this thing they go wrong like every July day, it's a problem that we have, that if we not face the man in the mirror and say, well, why am I trying to get the least small thing for me? Why am I doing this least small thing for me? I know you're not correct, and I know how they pass down the line, and I know how they get influence from inside. Why they do that? And then when it come public, I want to talk about where they go and cross here, and then by the day we need to carry them from someplace and hang all of them because they're thief. We need to stop that double entendre business and ask ourselves, why would they produce this? Because, well, you know that. You and I are not so we're not the same age group. I mean, I don't want to make it look as though you're as old as me, but you're old enough to recognize that this is not a red thing, this is not a blue thing, this is not a new thing. This they are a good while. And the hustling that is going on has been above us for many years, but now it's become more familiar and we can recognize it. Maybe because media is a little bit more robust, maybe because we have reporters like Jules, like Marisol, maybe we got more aggressive reporters to expose things than what we had before. But corruption is not new. Thieving is not new. We learned the best of thief was the colonialist. He thief, and made us think that he was doing us a favor in his thieving. So I'm saying that I'm trying to broaden the conversation when it comes to us addressing corruption. I don't make the, you know, what they say, the knife where stick the sheep, supposed to be the knife where stick the goat. No, we the switch knife. And we have to stop switch knife. Oh, he not my friend, and I don't say nothing about that. Oh, he not my relative, so I don't say nothing about that. No! When will we get to the point where we say, we're really serious, we want this thing to happen, you know? So I hope that you will call, Will, and while you pointed out some relevant news there about corruption, and I hope that you also talk about it, because a lot of the associations, they got man where they thief the money too. A lot of the NGOs and things like that, they got people where no they do what they're supposed to do. So, you know, we cannot just say, oh, that the Briceño administration, or else we can turn around and say, oh, that the Barrow administration. And if these politicians that are striving, when they get up there, we can say, oh, that they again. We got to get rid of this yin-yang and try to get to the root that one cancer. And you can't get rid of cancer just by cutting off one arm, going in other parts of the metabolism, and you are still dead. So, you know. Anyway, bro, I thank you, man.
Yes, definitely. Thank you for the opportunity, man. And I just call on Belizeans, and Belizeans, we are. I mean, there are so many different ways to expose corruption these days. And like Brother Nuri say, not just the politicians, but all around us. I mean,
You know, it's just crazy. And our little country, we could look and see what's happening. Look at the other day, Brother Nuri, I think yesterday or a few days ago, the small little island nation of Curacao, right?
Yeah.
Going to the World Cup while we have millions of dollars in for we football. But the corruption, brother,
Yes,
you know,
yes,
right there, the corruption is what's killing our sports, especially football.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
Thank you, brother. All right,
really
respect, sir. I had to laugh because when I saw the people of Curacao celebrating, singing in Pepimento, which is their language. You know, the first airline trip I took as a very, very small child, I think it must have been BWIA or one of those airlines that took off from Belize to go to Curacao because my grandmother used to live in Curacao. And so my mother, my young sister, and I got this opportunity. I think we must have been maybe 4 or 5 years old. So we've always had this thing in our heart for Curacao. And it's a very unique little space there in the Dutch Antilles. And I was able to go there as an adult also, but my first experience on a plane, traveling on a plane, was to go to the island of Curacao. So we congratulate the people of Curacao. Shows you that power is not your size. Power is your discipline, your hard work, and you could overcome obstacles if you start within. Let's take the break.
I encourage you to take good care of your device. Cherish them because they have great value, not just in dollars, but in what they represent. Opportunity, trust, investment in your future. Treat them responsibly and make the most of every chance they bring to help you grow and succeed in life.
Use these Chromebooks. They're a tool. And this tool can get you around the world very fast. Please utilize it so that in the next 10 years, in the next 15 years, right from here, right from amongst you guys, we will have the next Minister of Rural Transformation and the next Minister of Education right here from Toledo again.
As we hand over these digital devices here in Toledo, we reaffirm our belief that education is not just a government priority. It is a national mission. Together through Plan Belize and programs such as Skills for the Future, we are shaping a Belize that is better prepared, more connected, and more empowered than ever before.
At Atlantic Bank, we stand as more than just a financial institution. We are your partners in progress, dedicated to fostering your success by providing tailored solutions to micro, small, and medium enterprises. Your successes are our triumphs, and every success story deserves to be celebrated. We pledge to stand by you every step of the way. Today, we celebrate the values that define you with your unwavering dedication, steadfast commitment, boundless innovation, resolute work ethic, and unyielding ambition. We will navigate challenges, seize opportunities, and continue building the future together.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
It's here, the biggest sale of the year at Builders Hardware from October 15th to December 31st. Find your happy place with 10% off appliances, 20% off paint, and a whopping 25% off paint supplies, light, fans, AC, and tiles. Plus, enjoy 30 to 50% off selective items. That's not all. From sand and gravel to blocks and roofing, we got everything you need from construction start to finish. Builders Hardware in Belmopan. This is your happy place.
Infrastructure that impacts lives, provides opportunities, and enables the growth of communities and country. That has been the constant mission of the MIDH. The upgrading of the Guinea Grass Road has forged a vital link between the vibrant and productive communities of Shipyard, Guinea Grass, and the rest of Belize, which allows the smooth movement of goods and services. The transformation provided by meaningful infrastructure is very real.
We had really been struggling to transport these hoses on these roads, right? Since we have all the holes in the roads and stuff like that. We do not have that issue anymore, right? So but now when we are delivering a hose, it comes to its location in a 100% complete product, right?
Before this highway came into place, this Tower Hill to Guinea Grass highway, there was a lot of bad things going on in terms of the road. It was bad. Potholes when it used to rain. People used to take a long time to come out and come into the village. And even teachers who are teaching here who have to commute find it very difficult to do their traveling every day.
Una gran diferencia, gran diferencia. En el tiempo que estaba la carretera, que no estaba pavimentada, era demasiado polvo demasiado. Y era como más despacio. Andabas como más lento porque pues no podías ir rápido. Pero ahorita es un gran beneficio, la mera verdad es. Yo creo que es lo mejor que el gobierno ha hecho. Yo estoy muy feliz, muy alegre con ello.
Well, now with this highway, now we have a lot of people, traversing the village. And our people in our village who have a small business like fast food, they're benefiting from that, no? Because people stop there in the morning, have their breakfast, and they go and continue their business.
Have business been increasing? Definitely, yeah. We have realized when it comes to our customers, right? So we do not have the problems anymore that customer would say if they would call in, okay, where are you located, right? And I would say, we're located entrance of Shipyard. And then they would say, okay, we have to travel the bad road or whatever. So that's not a question anymore.
In the past, I believe these students used to struggle, meaning going on the bus or traveling on pickup, and it took long, they reached late to their classes. But right now, the transportation is accessible and the highway is accessible. So from Guinea Grass to their destination, to Orange Rock, to the high schools in Orange Rock, it takes less time. Right now, I believe teachers, people smile because it only takes minutes to reach from Guinea Grass to Tower Hill.
welcome back. This is WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. Our number here 280-5848. You're welcome to call in. I must say, in listening to the House meeting yesterday, I heard the report of the Prime Minister on the very lucrative profits coming in from the Belize, or Belize Bolido, whatever the name is. And the comparison he made to when it was in the hands of a private company. Man, those kinds of figures that he gave that was going into that private company, incredible, incredible. And, you know, we have said for many, many years, let me go back to my own statements, because I could always go back and show that I spoke these things or wrote these things. We were saying a long time ago, and this came after I visited Barbados one time, and I realized that they have one kind of Bolido thing, no name Bolido, but it's a very similar thing that they were doing maybe 20 odd years ago when I was there. And I came back with the idea, I said, well, why we not use this very lucrative stream of money coming in to put it into sports? Why aren't we using that as a means of being able to empower our sports at a very high school level, since government was saying that there's only so much that they could do in terms of money? So I saw that as an important stream of revenue that we could put into areas of sports. Now what the Prime Minister has said is that this money is going towards NHI and going towards certain other areas, but it is a good thing, and I think everybody in their right mind will understand, whether you like or agree with gambling or not. You know that everybody will play Bolido and will continue to play Bolido, so why not use it as a means by which you could bring in these funds and put it into social projects, as is being done now. My understanding is that this money, this profit is going to go into NHI to expand NHI. This is good. But to imagine that for over a 10-year period, these very, very high levels of income was going into a private company. You know, it's, of course they say that that company there was a whole lot of people in there. They eat off of that or suck off of that. That in reality, it was not just going into Brad's, but it was going into, you know, a whole group of people there that was under that umbrella. And then we saw a Chinese company that was also involved. Anyway, I'm not going to go into the depth of it, except to the point where the Prime Minister is saying that the profits that are coming in and that the profits that they expect to come in, something I think he mentioned, something like $100 and something million over a certain period of time, monies that can be used in the NHI process. Yes, welcome, caller.
Hi, good morning, Brother Nuri. Good morning, Belize. Brother Nuri, interesting topic where they raised with this Bolido money. And as they would say, right, perspective is everything.
Yes.
But my question to you, Brother Nuri, is what makes you think that currently it is not still going into private hands and private coffers?
I can't tell you that, Dina. How would I know, my brother? You know, there are veils and veils and veils. And well, you know, it's interesting because we're in a process of speculation right now. I call it the speculation lane, where we walk down now. Everything is we call nearly so. If they're not so, it's nearly so. And so I'm only going on what he said yesterday in terms of what he said is going in. Do you know differently? Do you know differently?
Yeah, no, well, not necessarily that I know differently. I just think that my call this morning is to cause us to think, because I like the term that Sayaya and Brother Mose likes to use. This is our platform whereby we can reason
We try reason together and we try inform and educate each other. No? And for me, one of the things I want us to reflect on or ponder upon this morning as you touch this matter of whether or not the Bolido money is being put to good use now or not going into private coffers as it was under the previous administration is we're being told that, okay, we take this Bolido money and we're putting it into NHI. And I really want us to think about that for a minute and ask ourselves, who is in NHI? And who is getting the contracts under NHI? And whether or not those contracts, those agreements, whether or not those providers, those private providers, private citizens, including farmer area reps and farmer politicians, especially as we speak of the current executive chairman, who is getting several of these contracts. So in essence, yes, they're not going into Brad's and the latter shell companies that were registered across the Caribbean, but they're now going into private pockets. And as users of public service, and I want to speak to our healthcare facilities, our hospitals, the Belizean people is currently experiencing a crisis in healthcare. No matter where you go, KHMH, Orange Walk, Northern Regional, Southern Regional, we're in crisis mode. You know why we're in crisis mode? Because the government has decided to take, I believe it's now around $50 million and put it in a private facility under the disguise of primary care NHI facilities. And while we're pumping $50 million into these private pockets, the strain on the public facilities has not been alleviated. And so whether or not Belizeans are utilizing the NHI services, and I trust they are, albeit not to the extent that I believe the facilities are being paid to provide such services. The public service, which the vast majority of us use, is going farther down. No syringe, no gauze, no bandage, no nothing. If you do get medication, that because they broke up. So think about that, Belize, that we're being fooled once again. They took 20 million initially, and now with Bolido they're taking 50 million and putting it in the pockets of private people, yet your health care, because if you go to an NHI facility, that's the only primary care. And so for the most part you can adjust primary care through preventative lifestyle, through good lifestyle, so you prevent certain illnesses.
Yeah.
So the reality is, once again, this is just another scheme how you enrich those closest to you politically, but really and truly in the grand scheme of things, Belizeans do not benefit and will never benefit from the proceeds of Bolido. That is the sad reality. And I think it's a good conversation for debate, but that is my perspective on it, Nuri, that no make a fool yourself that then take it out of Brad hand and know it got to good news. And I tell with you that maybe we should have set up a sporting committee that includes private sector citizens as well as public sector appointees to oversee a sports fund that ensures that every single sports discipline can prosper, can grow, the athletes can benefit. But you know what? You know why the Briseño administration, the Barrow, Esquivel, Musa, none of them want to do it? There is no hustling in sports. If Miley's son become a gem and lands a massive contract playing football somewhere, there's no hustling in that for the minister. So no minister, none, have any interest in seeing sports develop, because if they did, they would have been jailing current presidents and past presidents of the Football Federation of Belize who have seen tens of millions pass through their hands without absolutely nothing to show for. Our mediocre stadium. I was recently in San Salvador. Man, Wali Stadium, where then just Mexico Gonzalez Stadium, where then just remodeled. What a beauty. Look at Haiti. Never played a single World Cup elimination match in Haiti because of the current political instability, social insecurity. Haiti had to play all them games. They begged to use some stadium in Curacao. Haiti just qualified to the 2026 World Cup without playing a singular match at home. Impoverished Haiti. Look at Curacao. 155,000 people just qualified to the World Cup. Look at Belize. Well, we don't even make it past us wrong. So, no minister, not the current two whether they, not the past, none of them serious, and none of them will do anything. We were a joke, and I really appreciate the corruption conversation this morning, because to date, we have not held Rodwell Ferguson accountable for that sports app that he went to launch in the US, collected money. We don't know how many via the app, we don't know how many in person, and come back, not put one singular light pan, no stadium, as he said he would have disconnected the stadium to be held, so the youth do not have to pay electricity to use the stadium. But now we have take this brother and put this brother in charge of agriculture. Well, good luck to all those who will get permits, and good luck to the Mennonites there, or the Mennonites, as I refer to them, how they want to navigate this mayhem now with this personality at that helm. But we have not held him accountable, and we bring him back. And these are the things that I think that we cannot and should never forget, that the people we're electing to office do not have our best interests at heart, and we are to blame as citizens because we do nothing about it. Some of us try to highlight and point out and try to inform and educate, but the vast majority of us prefer to go to juvie, prefer to remain high, prefer to remain drunk, and say, oh, we're too busy to try to survive. No, you're not too busy trying to survive. You're too busy wasting your life that you neglect to address the things that really matters, which are the governance issues. I want to let you with this, Nuri. Remember when Zabane took over, Honorable Zabane and Uncle Chester, as I would refer to him, took over, they had some very bold statements to make as it relates to the corruption that was happening under transport under Rodwell Ferguson as well. To date, I am yet to see the product, the results of any investigation, any prosecution. And so again, is it only lip service that we deal with these brother? Just lip service, brother? How long more do we need to wait to see some results out of any change management in terms of holding public officers accountable, holding yourselves, your colleagues accountable for the wrong that they have done to this country? And so I will leave it at that for now. It's Friday, so I know everybody kind of want to go free up again. but very serious times we're living in. And I was reading an article this morning, Nuri, I want to send it to you. The same tabloid, I don't know if I could call them tabloid or what, but the same news coming out of Chenomal, Noticiero Sul de Chetomal, whatever they call it, which the Ministry of Agriculture tried to downplay and put out 2-page press release. First time in history they tried to defend our minister. Nobody made to talk about the Ministry of Agriculture now. But the Ministry of Agriculture side fit to put out one 2-page press release. They say, oh, that Tracy Panton and the UDP, they come up with that nonsense. Well, guess what? It wasn't so. Now we know that that news article that they tried to put on the opposition was real. The minister was named, the former minister was named. The victim of that 8-mile shooting, who, thank God, he survived. Hopefully he has a story to tell. And there is another article dated November the 6th, which I'll send to you, which also suggests that as part of the facilitation of this cigarette trade and these precursors for that fentanyl or whatever they call the drug where the U.S. they fight against, there's also the name Rigo Bellos in that article, you know.
Oh yeah, the mayor of Corazon.
Yes, and it should not be lost on us that his uncle was killed right before that article came out. Executed at Finca Solana. But 3 names there in there. And he is allegedly also providing support, according to the article. And I tell Belizean people, them people, they tell me exactly what's happening in a we country. But again, we too busy to drink rum and smoke weed, that these things they fly over our head. And I pray for when it happen up north, because somebody missed their target. Somebody missed their target at mile 8. And bloodshed will be upon this country up north soon. I understand BDF, MIT, and the whole crowd, they're in a Orange Walk South. Currently, they provide protection. Whether that's so or not, we'll see the photos there soon. But is that how we're going to invest our security forces now? This man drop off our horse, man. Make the man recover in peace by bed. You know, but I still believe we live in a very dangerous country, and what is even more worrisome is when your leader, when your prime minister starts behaving and starts speaking no differently from Trump. Anything that comes into my head, I want to say whether that's true lie or okay. I just want to say what the hell I got to say and move on. And if I don't want to talk to no, I tell no, I don't want to talk to no. And nobody holds him accountable. Yesterday, in the House, $69 million Nuri for 15 miles of highway, $4.6 million a mile. I grew up hearing under $1 million. Once when him even got under $2 million. No, he did a $4.6 million. And instead of addressing that, the Honorable Julius start attacking the members of the opposition. Brother, me no want to hear no foolishness about what demanded. I want to know, how do you justify $4.6 million for 1 mile of road? And if that is not the case, then explain to us, what are you doing with $69 million for 15 miles of road? Right? So, I don't know where to go in my league country, but man, we know to pay attention. We know to pay attention, and I'm looking at a strategy of perhaps how, as mass organizations, we could influence certain things, but it'll take more than just one handful of women. And how do we jerk the masses to that level of consciousness, or to a higher level of consciousness than some of us currently are? I don't know, but the struggle is real, and the struggle continues, and we got to just hope for the best way.
Yeah, my brother.
Yeah, man.
Thank
Have
you.
a good one.
Yeah, take care, bro. Yeah. Powerful call from Dean Flowers, the head of the PSU. Anyway, I'm not going to elaborate on that since we only got a few minutes left on the show. I think we pretty much covered this subject of corruption today, and there's so much more to get into, but we don't have the time to deal with it this morning. I want to say one last thing, and this is my comment on a decision that apparently Mr. Trump has put out there. I'm not sure if it has been implemented, but what he is saying is that many people who come into the United States come in there with underlying health conditions, and they come in specifically so that they can lean on the federal and state care services, Medicaid and other things. You could walk into certain county hospitals in the United States, and without question, they begin to put you into the triage. If they find that you've got a particular ailment, you start getting some kind of treatment immediately. And so what Trump has been saying is that that is costing the government of the United States millions and millions and millions of dollars every year to try to take care of people who are not necessarily citizens, who just got a visa to come in for holiday or come in for some other reasons, and then attach themselves on to the healthcare system. And that's no strange to us. If we are real, we know that that is true. We know people who go in with underlying diabetes, underlying renal failure, underlying other cholesterol, prostate, all kinds of issues that they know they got. And then they go over there and they start getting it. Well, Trump said no. So he apparently now is going to enforce. I guess you're going to have to come up with medical exams that prove that you are not suffering from one of these chronic diseases. And that is going to be difficult because it's very easy with a random test to see your creatinine level for your kidney, to look at your glucose level for your diabetes, look at your blood pressure level, look at your cholesterol level. These things are easily detectable. They used to demand only a TB test, and then when HIV became an issue, then they required a HIV test. But they were not going into looking at other chronic health conditions. And some people can walk around and they are in need of tertiary care. But the tertiary care here in Belize is so astronomical that you will not be able to afford it. I give you the example of people in Toledo all the time that need to travel all the way from our furthest district to come into Belize City in order for them to get dialysis. And sometimes they have to come in for 2 or 3 treatments of dialysis. And that's an expense of going back and forth 3 times a week. And then the dialysis is not free. If you're fortunate to be able to get the government support for yours, but many people are not able to get on that. So they're looking at $300, around $300 or $200, somewhere around there, for this, meaning that if they're getting that 3 times a week, that's $600 you have to try to come up with. And this is the story I'm saying, that there are individuals who recognize that they cannot come up with that. And so they're slowly dying. As their dialysis is not, they're not getting that to clean their blood, the pollution in their blood is gradually causing them to die slowly. So these are some of the issues that people are faced with. These are some of the challenges that our citizens are faced with. And it is critical that we make sure that the monies that we have that is coming in goes into the areas of satisfying those needs, whether it is educational needs, health needs, all of those needs need to be funneled back down to our people. We're down 400,000 and a little bit more, man. We ought not to be in a situation here where we have this entrenched poverty. It is not impossible for us to create a system with 400,000 people and the amount of monies that come through so many various channels into this country, that if we honestly wanted to ensure that everybody would be healthy, we got the money. It's only 400,000 people. We cannot act as if, oh man, we got 16, 20 million people and look at the amount of money we have. There's no way that we are able to satisfy our people's basic health and educational needs. So we've really got to look at how we distribute wealth in this country. And there's such a thing called distributive justice, to ensure that you look at what you're bringing in and how you're distributing it, and the levels and the layers of needs that are being satisfied with what you're bringing in. And if you're still living by this, every 10 I get, 2 I want to put into social service, 8 I want to put in my pocket, and even if you turn it around and say 8 I want to put in the social service and 2 I want to put in my pocket, we might look at that and say, boy, what we going to do? You can't get rid of it completely. But man, you can't be as vulgar as every 10 were coming, you only put 2 or 3 there, and you keep 7 for your own private thing. And the way you want to like say, man, I got to fight this campaign in the next 5 years, so I need to put this into my war chest because this is what it's all about. And then we look at, see where you live and look and see the luxury life that you have just since you've been a politician. So it's going to be an ongoing conversation. This is not something that is going to be a PUP thing or a UDP thing. This is going to be a challenge that we're going to be faced with for some time in the future. And I don't know about examples. We don't hear anybody going to jail. We don't hear anybody really even being questioned significantly about these things. All we hear is a bow, and somebody have to resign, as in the case of Vega, and now in the case of Mai. So we have to be very conscious and aware of our process and what's going on, and not just get, well, what I could do. We didn't put me in a position where I could do. No. Well-organized and constructive movement can take place. And the show coming on after us called Morning Stew, their theme song is organize, organize, organize. We can't just keep the talk about these things and not try to organize. We don't have to organize to overthrow the government. We could organize to do things that we know need to be done in this country. There's a whole gap out here of people's involvement in making change. And we only put this 10% responsibility on government, you know, to do everything. Anyway, we've reached the end of our program, so let's take the last break and come back and close.
At Atlantic Bank, we stand as more than just a financial institution. We are your partners in progress, dedicated to fostering your success by providing tailored solutions to micro, small, and medium enterprises. Your successes are our triumphs, and every success story deserves to be celebrated. We pledge to stand by you every step of the way. Today, we celebrate the values that define you with your unwavering dedication, steadfast commitment, boundless innovation, resolute work ethic, and unyielding ambition. We will navigate challenges, seize opportunities, and continue building the future together.
It's an massive season with massive deals and rewards at Penny's. From now through December 31st, earn double B-Bucks on store-wide purchasing every Saturday. That's right, 2 times the B-Bucks, which means 2 times the cash back when shopping at Penny's. Plus, get even more rewards with B-Bucks Builders on home goods, tiles, appliances, paints, and lights. And don't forget, there's also massive deals and discounts on tiles and the best brands in paints like Benjamin Moore and BH. Rewards, deals, B-Bucks. You can get it all this massive season only at Penny's. Quality and savings.
Enhanced service and faster sickness benefit claim processing are at your fingertips with SSB's healthcare feature, accessible via the My Social Security self-service portal. Your convenience during illness is key. Now your doctor can certify your period of illness, and your employer can confirm your employment details digitally, eliminating the need to visit our office. But wait, it gets better. You can also review the medical certificate provided by your doctor in your My Social Security account, along with real-time processing updates, keeping you informed. To ensure a smooth process, always review your electronic medical certificate before you hit submit. Upon submission, your employer is notified via email of your claim submitted to SSB and must respond within 48 hours for your claim to be automatically processed. For more information, check out our guides on our website and YouTube pages. Social Security at your fingertips.
Driving around, particularly during this holiday season, can be quite an experience. Families are out shopping and the streets are buzzing with excitement. It reminds me that this season is all about connections, and it starts with how we treat each other even on the road. When I'm behind the wheel, I always remind myself that being on the road is more than just following the rules. It's about looking out for each other and making sure we all get home safely to our families. This season, let's continue to be alert and be kind on the road. Be courteous, give way, and stay safe. A message from BEL.
It has been a very interesting conversation this morning, as it is every morning here on WUB. That's why you tune in, because you know you will get a real conversation. No buttering up, no fluff, no crazy ingredients, just plain facts, and forcing you and us to be critical thinkers, to be not afraid of power, especially the power of those people that we put in power, because they are ultimately our representative. But we can't do a crash course on this. This is a generational dysfunctionality in our governance process that has to be corrected by education, starting with understanding the role of the citizen and having the knowledge of how to be a responsible citizen making demands. You can't be just crazy and I know where to talk about and just demand because I am a citizen. No. You need to know what that means that you're a citizen and what that responsibility means that you are a citizen. So let's not just deal with the platitudes of, for the people and we are the people and etc. And we're not educated. We need to educate ourselves and be ready. So let's thank those who helped us to have a dynamic show today. We start with you, our callers, our listeners, our viewers. We appreciate your being with us. We want to thank Mr. Cliff Lewis, who is the person who is the all-around person here. That's the only way I could describe what Cliff does. Also, we have Miss Belaid, was our MCO this morning. Downstairs we had Anthony Grant, and I just saw Harlan Wagner. And who else am I leaving out? I don't think anybody. So, Belizeans, stand strong, stand firm, do the right thing. For now, we're gone.
Wake up, believe, wake up, believe. Wake up, believe, wake up, believe. Another day is here. Wake up, believe, we gotta keep moving, na. Wake up, believe. Everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, believe. Voice of opinion and place, so calling, be yourself, see yourself, this is a show, my people.